Hey, primary traders, Matt Buckley, call sign Wiz here, the primary model portfolio manager at Top Gun Options with a trade alert on VXX. Now, for those of you who are in the live trade briefs, in addition to the trade alert service, you know that we put on a VXX trade yesterday in the live trade brief that actually performed pretty well in one day. Let's take a look at it real quickly here. It faded off a little as the market gave back some of its losses today, but still, up $350, about 7% in a day. It was up as high as $850 today, this trade we put on yesterday. So mainly because the Dow reacting. So let's talk about our strategic mindset going into this trade alert. Dow reacted poorly to what? And the overall markets reacted poorly to poor jobs numbers from private sector employment. Now, who reported this? ADP. Now, ADP is a private company. So, like we saw last time, ADP reported one number, and guess what's going to happen on Friday? The Labor Department is actually going to come out with their number. Two different unemployment numbers, folks. And as we've talked about, if you go to the I'll just type in U6 here on Google because it's quick for me because I always know there you go, BLS.gov, the Bureau of Labor Statistics. So we're about to see the March unemployment report. And if you've been following me long enough, you know that I could care less about 8.6 or 8.2%. This is the number I look at and smart people look at. Not because I'm smart, but because this U6 is the real number of people that are unemployed in this country. And it's ugly. So, short story long, market pulled back a little bit today on those numbers, but it rallied on back. It was down, 50, 60 points and rallied on back. We had, weak GDP on Friday. Then we had some good news coming out from ISM yesterday. And folks, again, you'll hear me say this. We kind of have that bipolar market going on, and it's going all over the place, which is good. But it's good for options traders, but it's bad for overall. It's bad for your neighbors. So let's talk about this. What I want to do is I want to turn. I'm leaving this trade in our live trade brief model portfolio, but I want to turn this into an iron condor. What we put on yesterday in the live trade brief, for those of you who are just in the trade alerts, is we sold the May, that's a couple weeks away, the May 15-16 put vertical. We sold it 100 times. Why? Because our max risk per our trading rules of engagement in the model portfolio is we will never risk more than 5% on any one trade. And that works out to be just about, it could have been a little more, maybe 102 contracts, but 105. I just did 100 contracts, make it nice and easy right there. Potential for maximum profit on that is 50%, and that would be $5,100. I know some folks got filled at 53 cents, so $5,300. And the risk to reward is greater than 1 to 1, and we have about a 59% probability of breaking even. Here's what I want to do, though. Just taking a look at volatility. The unemployment numbers today were not good. And what happened? I'm going to close down our radar here. Let's go to 10 days. And let me delete some of these drawings here. I'm going to delete everything. Like we've talked about previously, volatility's found a floor right around 16. And that's the upper 15s last week it was starting to hit, but I believe it's found a floor around 16. Hence the 15-16 May bull put spread. However, folks, and let's even close this down to the past couple days here. Let's go just the past 5 days. We see a little bit of a spike. Here's today, Wednesday, we saw a gap up in volatility based on bad employment numbers from ADP. There's a whole bunch of other bad news out there. The CEO of Chesapeake treating his company like an ATM. After hours, Green Mountain Coffee, just GMCR, another high flyer stock. Guess what? That thing's coming back down to earth finally because that's ridiculous. But as the day went on, vol came in. So even Friday, if we have horrible jobs numbers, I do not think we're going to see a huge spike in volatility. Today we saw the VXX up about 2-ish%. I'm telling you, folks, it is just not, vol is just not wanting to climb for whatever reason. So I'm looking at turning this into a nice tight iron condor. And here's what we're going to do for this trade alert. So for those of you who aren't in the live trade briefs, you need to put on the bull put spread of the iron condor, which is the 16.15. But I'm looking to sell, and you know, it's potential if on Friday, if the jobs number is uber bad, for a jump all the way up to 17. So, you know, since we're in primary and we're a little more risk averse, let's take a look at, you know, we'll create a bull put spread. So that's a vertical spread on our TradeMonster platform, and you can go to trademonster.com and open a /TGO and open a free paper trading account. But let's sell this put spread up on top. We want to sell the May 18 calls and buy the May 19 calls as a hedge. We obviously want to do 100 of them to even this thing out. So let's go right at mid-market right there. We'll call it 13 cents. Let's analyze this real quick before we add it to our model our trade alert model portfolio. 77% probability for a max profit of $1,300. You add that to our max profit of $5,100, and that's you know, over, what's that, $6,400 in potential profit in over the next couple weeks if vol does what vol's doing recently. VIX max loss obviously doesn't reflect the iron condor, or I'm sorry, the bull put spread on the left, or would be less there, but this is the max loss if volatility decides to rocket through 18 and 19. That's our max loss. So I'm going to create this order, put it in our in our trade alert model portfolio. Oh, okay. I already have a similar position like this on here, so ignore this error message here. But that's what we're doing in the trade alert model portfolio. The new trade is an iron condor. It's the May 15-16 bull put spread and the May 18-19 bear call spread, and that's an iron condor with a potential to earn about over $6,000 if vol keeps performing the way it's performing, meaning world's going to end? No, it's not going to end, and vol comes back in there. So that's what we're doing. Strategic mindset, we covered what's going on with volatility and what's going on in the world. We've covered our trade, and I think we're good to go. So if you have any questions about this trade, check it out, or shoot me a message in the ready room. Matt Buckley for the primary model portfolio. Happy hunting. Make sure you hedge, and I'll see you in our next live trade brief tomorrow morning or on Thursday with Doug. We'll see ya.